Alright, I'm going to make this video, and yes, it's mostly a big response to the Kingdom Hearts games, I made a video talking about how cloud gaming was going to be a problem. I knew that cloud gaming wasn't going to be just for bigger games, I knew that once the developers see that, oh, it's easier just to put the game online and just give the Switch players a link, that game developers was going to get lazy with this. A lot of people are going to go say, yeah, the Switch is that weak, you can't run PS2 or PS3 games. It's not the Switch's hardware. I understand for 3 because there's a lot of physics and particles effects going on in the game. However, when you see games like Doom Eternal, Witcher 3, Dragon Quest, even that game ran in Unreal Engine 4 natively on the Nintendo Switch, and Square developed it. When you see stuff like this, you're gonna make it's a knee-jerk reaction. And the thing is this, man, cloud gaming has proven to be a problem on Nintendo Switch players. It's not it's getting to that point where developers are not only just saying, oh, just opt out and just use the cloud version. I understand. Dying Light 2, bigger game, new game, it's going to use more graphic fidelity. If you can't run natively on Switch, let's just make a cloud version of the game. I get that, but at least Dying Light 1 is coming to Switch natively and physically. That is a big decision right there. So why couldn't Square Enix do it, with Kingdom Hearts? You get the first 2 remastered collections, and it's okay if the game is downloadable only. I understand you don't want to pay for those cartridges that may take up more space than needed. So you might as well just go ahead and get the cartridge, not the cartridge. You might as well just go ahead and put a downloadable link. That's what Bandai Namco did with the Naruto collection. You can play through Naruto 1 through 4 all the way on the Nintendo Switch, and it's all downloadable. And it works just fine. Online functionality, everything. And you see this mess, man, when you got games like Monster Hunter Rise, which uses the aforementioned Reach for the Moon engine, which is the RE engine, which people said that cannot be done on Switch. They went ahead and ported it over to the Switch and made a full game exclusively for the Switch. Well, console exclusive for the Switch, for the Switch. And you see this kind of stuff right here, that just tells me that Square Enix is being lazy. When you drop the whole collection as cloud versions of these games, you're being lazy. You're basically taking native games that can run on Switch and just put them to the cloud instead of just doing the 2 or 2.5, 2.8 and the other collections. And all you're doing is just dropping them in the cloud. That's all you're doing. You're just giving us links to go and buy these games that we need internet to play. We're not actually owning these games, because once the server goes down for these games, cloud gaming is a waste of freaking time. Either you downgrade the higher end game and go ahead and put it natively, or just release the games that can run natively on the Nintendo Switch, downloadable only, and just do the one that can't run on Switch, that really can't run on Switch, even with a downgrade, cloud-based. It's so bullcrap that cloud gaming is literally, every time we see a new game, and it's announced for Switch, cloud-based. This all started with Resident Evil 7, but even Capcom has redeemed themselves from this. With the release of freaking Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Stories, even Ghosts and Goblins, even with these kind of games, they have redeemed themselves by making new entries in the series for Nintendo Switch. That's better than nothing. Cloud-based gaming is literally nothing. When those game servers go down, it's dunzo. Even with Hitman, even with Control, those games, dunzo. Even with Guardians of the Galaxy, dunzo. those games are not going to last forever. At least when you download a game directly to the Switch natively, you still get the file and you still get the ROM that later on you can preserve on a freaking memory card, so when they're not available, you can still play it from there. You know? Oh, cloud gaming for the Nintendo Switch. If the game can't run, we understand. Just don't bring it. Or if you want to downgrade it and make it run beautifully on Switch. How about that? You can downgrade a game and make it run beautifully. Look at Witcher 3. Big example. Look at Doom. Big examples. As you know, why even do a cloud version of PS2 era games? You feel me? Why even make PS2 era games cloud versions? They're not even being upscaled or remodeled or anything. These are literally PS2, PS3 remasters. You telling me you could not bring those over natively to the freaking Switch? They have really played us with this series. All Switch generation, and don't expect it on the next Nintendo system, because they barely want to bring it to Switch. I mean, what was the first game that they actually brought over to the Nintendo Switch natively? Melody of Memories. I freaking hate the cloud gaming system, man. I freaking hate it. You cannot. This is just lazy on Square's part. Matter of fact, the cloud gaming scene on the Nintendo Switch is lazy overall. It's the quickest and cheapest option. And yeah. And the more that we sit here and praise these cloud games and keep saying it's better than nothing, the more it's going to be a problem. We're going to start seeing games, every time a game gets announced, a cloud version. No more work is required on the Switch. These fans will buy up anything. And it starts with this game right here. Because this one right here, after all this time we've been begging, at least for the first couple of collections, you telling me this right here, it starts here where we gotta put our foot down on cloud versions of games? Because this one is right here just plain lazy. You don't want to buy a cart, you don't want to do it digitally only, you just want to do cloud gaming. You just want to just give us a link so we can give you money just to access a game that server's not gonna, that you need literally internet to play. I love Kingdom Hearts now, but for a cloud version of this game, I will not.